there, but will be Bean. The fake, the Dusty, and the take. It's Bean as invisible. This team holding strong and finding the divisible. They're gonna get a grab maybe, and they will. There's Kakashi with a good take, has a chance to take a lead, and nice placement right there. Really playing aggressively outside the bubble, so a chance to tie it. And Bean does indeed find it. It's 4. Up the floor, has a cutter, and will jump. Just a light one, and trying to find the light, and they see it for the 6-4 lead. Though is gonna be cut off the clear, bouncing around ruggedly, and now Jake Bolger. The boulder. Bean up the floor. Now watching out for that. Oh, well coordinated 3. How about that? The mic. Hold on. Check 1, 2. It's A2 for Bean. Untangling and wrangling it though is invincible. And sending it over to the outer edge. Over to the nest now. Lovely passing and the finish in the pocket. Hands up. Man down. And Jake maybe looking for a return. The inversion, but no conversion thanks to Invincible in the goal. Jake here. Jake sending it to the barrier. And Bean right into the goal off the drive. And if they can. And, ooh, little jump move, but another save from Curb Brass. Looking like Kirby. Just an absolute siphon on these discs coming in at the moment. But Kakashi will get it on the next attempt. As they clean it up. It's Aoi there. Once again, he's going to whirl around and look at that series of moves for Dynamic, knowing that they need to play even more aggressively. I really do like the passing here. That is just fantastic. And in any case, Bean will indeed ice it. Involved if memory serves, but that said here, it's Glyph having it stolen there by Bowser. Now another dip in, dipsy-do, and Swag War. Probably. There he is. Oh, dirty. Why? Clean up, Super Buddy. But that said, Bowser with a disc. Oh, and look at them go! Oh, man. It's going to be taken back here by Salty Crackers, and there's Salty. But Super Buddy... Ooh. To maybe tie it or take a lead for worse, but they can still do it here as they will. Salty Crackers, hand-to-hand combat too much with a Superman, but nonetheless doing what they can. It's Salty Crackers. Great save. They have a chance if they do not overshoot, but meeting them right there, Bowser. Oh, an absurd shot to win the first round in overtime. Super Buddy driving it in, a handoff play right back at him. So Super Buddy going sideways. Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me it might have been, but no, Leap says absolutely not. Man, Leap year, light years ahead. And Salty Crackers makes them pay. That said, trying to get that goal of Swag War. Put in some power. Salty Crackers, the opportunity. And the dunk through. And it's tied up once more with stalwart play on defense, just right by that lane. That said, there is the pass. And Burnsy fighting Swag. But it just goes right back into the midst of Swag War. So Swag's gonna cross it over to Burnsy. Over to the backboard. Oh, but another save from Glyph. More dancing on the floor. Right now, dancing through the defense, but dancing in the moonlight tonight. It's Salty Crackers again. It's a little bit of this and that. That said, from the back, it's Swag. War with a disc now on the approach. And just trying to eye down the defense. So, some clever moves. Anymore. This is kind of the tail end of things. And right now, oh, wow. Leap clear, I guess. And Leap for the 3. Wow. And they definitely got to take care because that stack was just in there. Oh, hi there. Where'd you guys come from? I'm Palidore. And I'm Katzen here tonight for this Master Tier match. We've got a few in a row following that last stream, which just ended a few minutes ago, and also had a few in a row. And guess what? We got all our ducks in a row, but don't duck. Keep your eyes wide, because we got Illumiduty versus Wrath. Old habits die hard. I still sometimes want to say Illuminati. Sometimes I want to say Illuminati. But no, this is Illumiduty, and this is America's team. America's team. So, ladies and gents, prepare yourselves. We've got a lot of fun things ahead, full speed ahead. Both these teams looking for some victories here in the late portions of this cycle as we do head into very, very soon, a couple weekends away. Gonna be having ourselves the Challengers Cup. So it's going, it's rocking, it's rolling. I'm Palidore, and this is VR Master League at the end of week 4. And with that, we're going. First round, full speed. Let's see, got a lot of people bumping in the chat, and see Grumpy, see Fars, Steel Sky, Cruisin', Thunder Dash as well, and Aiden, didn't cast my match. Depends when your match might be, but right now, we will be taken here by Ascend for Wrath, and right back to Speedy V, down to the bounce, but Link 1 takes it. Fast pace to start this match as these teams just work their way up and down the floor in a hurry. So rushing that down off a bounce. You can see Burbs and Co contesting each other in there as Ascend gets a disc back for Wrath. Some tight defense being played by Speedy and QL Young there. And Arrow Knight gonna take that. So with that, to the midfield, Chuck, not Norris. Over to Ascend, also not Norris, fun fact. As Ascend sends it back to Chuck, and Chuck back to Link. Link looking up, but no one there as he gets stunned. Now over to Arrow Knight. Arrow Knight down below. The stack was kind of prepared there to chain together in the short range. And picking up that loose change, up to Link. Oh, the behind the back fling. That was a very awkward angle, but nearly a nice shot. Able to get it back now, maybe for the stacks, one for each team. Speedy V sends that right through. And now down the lane quickly, there's Wits. Wits gonna be contested mighty quick. Chuck is there, and so is Link. Those chain links. Right now, very, again, the pace, brisk, it's snappy, it's agile, it's rapid, it's swift, it's hasty, it's nimble. And I may or may not have written down all those words on my whiteboard just so I can vary it up a little. I may or may not be saying quick too much. That said, over to Ascend. That's a pro tip for you aspiring casters. That said, off the backboard, almost making a score, will be grabbed here and sent right back out to the retention, but not for too long. QL, down Main Street. That is right down the field. Now this is gonna await some mighty fast stacks as again, almost making the goal, but 2 minutes in, neither team able to capitalize quite yet as it goes back to the trap. Wit there, trying to contest. Oh, all the meanwhile, Chuck not Norris. That's gonna be a not miss. 4-3. On that note, I'm sorry, I've been forgetting all day long. I'm gonna get that bet up for you guys. You got 2 minutes starting right about now. Sorry, we've had basically back-to-back streams now by the end of this one, so I get a little bit lost. You got 2 minutes. Get those channel point bets in, of course. The channel point rewards, if you guys haven't seen it as of yet, updated these last couple weeks. You got some sweet things in there, including the whole Cast My Match thing. With that said, off of this joust and on the floor on this rollout, trying to work it up the floor just gradually, will be Burbs. Ooh, nice passing. I really like that short range passing. The execution has to be impeccable if they want to execute that one the way they want to. Very easy when you're that close in proximity to be able to just, well, that is to say to not be able to execute those passes, because one wrong move or one slightly strong pass and that thing is out of there. That said, going in for the goal. Oh, beautiful pass. Chuck not Norris to Ascend. That play is on another level. You gotta love the breaks and the takes. The team play being put in from Wrath. That is ferocious. And Kaika Higashi in there, stopping by again. Good to see you back in the chat here tonight as Arrow Knight gets stunned, but the pass was still a success. Link 1. They're up to 7. Great start for Wrath. It was the first 2 minutes. Scoreless, stalemate. You know, end to end. But now the last 2 minutes, it's been Wrath. A flurry from Wrath. So QL with the launch. Gonna hit Wit. Wit, gotta be careful not to get hit by that back stack, as they do indeed backtrack to the goal. Over to Speedy V, resetting to QL. QL right back to Speedy, playing a little bit of that back and forth as they do try and move forward here and make an offensive push. And Burbs shuts some, breaks the shutout, and they finally get their first couple points. 5:23 still left to go. And alright, just confirming, so I see Aiden had messaged me there, so okay, cool. I will accept your redemption. This is for a match in the next week or so. Just making sure it's not like something tonight, because I am already committed. Which is to say, I'm not insane, but certainly the defense from Illuma Duty there. It was. See if they can translate that into some offense. They get a nice clear. The boost's a little bit straggled, but they will indeed get there at the end. There's a trifecta as they triangle off the top of that post. Will get the rebound, however. Man, Illuma Duty, Naughty Dotty with triangles, name a more iconic duo. Well, I will. QL Young and the shot. I was about to say backboard, but it wasn't there, so I had to cut myself off. But nonetheless, good job. They got their stacks even on the other side of the floor. They got broken up, and yet they still were able to get back and collect themselves and still secure that score. So with that, despite the kind of rugged start, 4 minutes left, 4 minutes 18 seconds, and it's only a 3-point match, and this could change right quick. Burb's gonna redirect around. They said to themselves that, hey, oh, out of the way, Ascend! What a pickup! Ascend doing the defensive duties on duty, and seeing if they can get a score based off of it. It'll be Chuck with that disc, and the pass. Oh, the save, but it will still be a return. Arrow Knight, Burbs, that was beautiful, but just the recovery. Man, the plays, they always amaze. Looking good. You're hurting my voice, Wrath. Gonna get the wrath of Palidore by the end of this, but you won't even be able to hear it because my cords will be dusty. But that said, backing it out here to Ascend. Ascend's gonna take that over from the barrier. Had that gorgeous save. Just it had to just dip. That was just reaction time, basically. I mean, what can you say? That said, right in for the stack, a quick slap away from Speedy. Chuck is going to be able to pick this up with some time to spare. Now, not that much time as Burbs is in... Guess what? He's in the area. Twitch. For those who might have been joining me last night in the streams. In the area. Now, I should have written down some words for area. I wrote down a bunch of words to maybe... you know, vary up the whole speed and fast remarks that I always make, but area is one that's going to stay for tonight, apparently. Nonetheless, it's going to be Arrow Knights with the disc, QL Young guarding from the backboard. Now, being contested pretty well. You can see the aggression here. 3 different players all outside in the midfield. And look at that, QL. Redirecting traffic. Those are another one of those tips, okay, for players and teams who are watching, maybe newer. Observe, you saw QL physically. Obviously we can't hear him in the comms, but physically was directing traffic, and you know the communication was there. That's the thing. If you have backliners, you have goalkeepers. You know, this is something that Dash, when I was playing with him, he did a great job of that as well, whether in privates or in scrims. Or as teammates or just kind of private scrims and stuff like that. I mean, you know, fully doing something with your time at all times of, you know, those 10 minutes on the floor. If you're a backliner, you're kind of calling out to your teammates exactly where the positioning is, maybe where their open passes is, where the offense is coming from, you know, stuff like that. Oh, wow, Ascend does it again. That is twice he's just dipped in for a fantastic grab. So saving the day for sure. Wrath is absolutely hot on offense and defense here to start this round. We are going to wind it down to the last minute and a half of play, trying to collect that disc at the midfield, and right beyond Speedy's reach, but Burbs is there for the recovery. Now over to QL Young. The stuns coming in the back line, perhaps, to just open up some time for QL to line up this cross play, but another save, this time from Chuck, so everyone getting in on the defensive glory. They are putting in some absolute work. Wow. So with that, up to the shoulder and slapping it over. Wits trying for another slap. We do unfortunately get a crash for Illuma Duty. Wits over to the backboard and fills it up to bring it back within 3. This round is not over. But if they can't get their 4th player back in right now, it might be. So I'm curious to see if maybe they consider a pause, and they will. All right. I was gonna say, now had they not made that goal when they did, it might have been more advisable just to wait until the end of the round. But because they made that backboard play, although interestingly unpausing here, so Wit making sure the pause is secured. But yeah, I was gonna say, since they did make it and they still have time, definitely you want to make a play at this. You don't want to come back the next round and do better if you can just do that in the last minute of play and maybe still take this win. Force an overtime, potentially. So, let's see. Looks like Burbs was the one to have dropped. So, awaiting Burbs' return. Either that or maybe an appearance from Rosie Hope, who we also saw both in the chat earlier on and playing last week. So, either way, they do have a 5-player roster. So, they have some options, and they will have Burbs rejoining the team. All right. Southern Sniper asking if I can check DMs. Yeah, so I did. I wasn't able to respond to the DM because, you know, typing and talking, not a good mix for me. I poked some of the casters to see if they could. If they don't take it, I'll refund your points for sure. But otherwise, I'm already committed to a match at the same time, so I won't be able to cast. But if one of the other casters, you know, give me a ping in the next 15 minutes and take that, then that'd be great. But if not, yeah, I'll give you your points back. That said, trying to take some points back, that is to say, 3 points back. Illuma Duty needs it. Now, they got maybe a turnover cause here. Maybe, but no one able to wrangle the disc. So that is super unfortunate. And now Chuck is gonna seal it. Oh, it was right within the reach. But Chuck, just devastating at the end. That is 11-6, and first round will be in favor of Wrath. That was down to the wire, man. That could have been, that was tough because Illuma Duty, they had the disc loose around this area, right? And they had it stacked together. It looked like they were going to be able to get that reach, but then just, you know, as often, well, not often, but as it does happen, sometimes, your focus, you know, will kind of be on what's happening around you. You might be listening to your team's comms. You might be looking at how much time that you have. And sometimes just that split second where you just slightly lose focus on the disc is kind of enough to cause you to barely overshoot it if you're not careful. It happens. And with that, because it did, Wrath was able to secure it. But boy, what a close game still. Rocktor asking, can someone point me in the way of the most mechanically gifted Echo VR player? Well, I was gonna respond, but I try to keep neutral. Someone asked me actually a few days back as well, kind of to give me their top tier list or the top 3. Some, you know, I have ideas, but at the same time, the thing is, one of the stances I do maintain is, despite any individual effort as well, the team play is still number 1 at the end of the day, on that note. No, that was always the thing we prioritized when I was playing, but of course, been a long time since then. But the main point is, there's some stellar players. I got some ideas of who is, you know, kind of reaching those LeBron-type levels, for instance. But with that, back into the game, round 2. Chuck is going to take it away. Got a first opportunity at the goal. Driving in on duty, and Link 1 finds 2. 12 seconds into round 2. Thunder Dash saying he's casting. Yeah, thanks. I'm not sure how many buy that these days, but that said, QL with a disc over to it. 9:22, just shortly into the second round. Was right down to the last minute in that first. Speedy V just avoiding the stacks coming in from Aero Knight and Chuck Not Norris. That's the thing here. So with Wrath, I mean, they really showed up, because it wasn't only some defense. You saw some incredible saves from multiple players. Ascend, Chuck got some ones in. Wit couldn't find that passing play, finish off of that passing play. But not only that, as once they defended for Wrath, they were also able to get back and punish and score off of some fantastic passes in their own right. And as I say that, there's a pass from Burbs to QL Young, and he'll tie it up at 2. So there you go. That's what you like to see and what you're used to seeing from teams like Illumiduty over the course of the last year. Rocktor saying Newt number 3. I also hard agree, as Newton Dad in there also stopping by. Apparently just got done with a game and a cast. Obviously saw Newton Dad on cast yesterday, but trying to make this play here is Aero Knight, but gets stunned out, lights out from QL. Meanwhile, up here at the wedge, Chuck and Burbs contesting each other, trying to find their grabs if they can. Some good leeches and a punch boost from Ascend to just get him back into the goal to offer that reset option if they need. As I said, right now, so far, the Wrath, what they're doing has been super impressive. I mean, they're just firing off on every single cylinder. Link 1 puts in the second consecutive score in this round for his team. 5 points. 8 saying, Pally, cast with face cam. Believe me, it's in the works / consideration. The only problem was sometimes the resources, because of all the things we're doing at once, it's given us some issues last season, trying to actually do it without making the streams lag. That said, I'm sure there's a way, and we'll find it. Maybe I'll even add it as a channel reward. Just randomly make me show my faces. Right now, that shot is just placed in the corner. Not able to be hit, though. Trying to paint it. They'll still get a rebound. QL Young gonna dive on in. Has to avoid Aero Knight, so another pass. We saw that once. We saw that twice. Speedy V. They get it through. That slice of a pass through for the 5-4 score. About to say, I was almost thinking that was a repeat of Illumiduty's last play that got them the score. It was, QL to Burbs on this side of the backboard. This time it was kind of the opposite side, but they hit the extra pass, that Kango's pass, as I kind of like to compare it to. Not because Illumiduty doesn't do that, but just more so because I'm just so used to seeing it from Kangarillas. But really, every team here, or every player here, willing passers, able passers. Gone are the days where it's just one person doing all the work. Everyone can get on the scoreboard because of just how great these setups are from these teams now. See Chuck Norris, he's gonna send it back and right back to him. So another opportunity, Aero Knight at one shoulder. This pass about to happen, yes sir, Aero Knight. So Link 1 finding the right pass, but Aero Knight just by his lonesome. You can kind of see that coming because no one was on him, and just kind of snuck his way in for the goal. Smooth Ride and saying, great play, and been a lot of great plays from Wrath, I gotta say. With that, Burbs here, with some slow rollouts on these passes, now trying to position out on a triangle again. Got the 1 in the back and the 3 offensive players just lining it up. So there's the backboard again. Burbs now contesting, so that would be their chance. There's the open window. The window closed, though. And now it's still yet closed by Ascend. The defense just absolutely insane from this guy in this match so far. That is at least the 3rd save that he has just been head on. Not an easy save whatsoever. Now, Illumiduty might have some chances if they get back here fast. So there's a stun. And maybe the goal, well, it will be closed off, but kind of going back here to the cross. Burbs crossing to Speedy. There it is. Executed to perfection. Burbs to Speedy. And it's a 1-point match again. Smooth Ride insane is Sandy is insane. Cruisin' as well. Cruisin' maybe trying to be a little bit more diplomatic here. not pull off a Cruisin' on Kangarillas. Like yesterday. I was there, I saw it. I saw Sealable. He wasn't too happy, was he? That said, over to Burbs. Burbs with a disc. Ascend, slapping it out. So yeah, Cruising gonna be very, very complimentary here in the chats today. As Speedy V takes that disc. Now Burbs once again up at that post, seeing if he can cause some havoc off the backboard, and just squeezing it through. QL Young doing the dirty work for the 1-point lead. You saw though, even though Ascend on that backboard save attempt, he went in with one hand. He missed that first grab. He went in with his other hand, his left hand, I think, and at least stuck it out to give him a chance to save it. So even though it wasn't there, still using both arms to full effect to try and cause a turnover, get a save, and and fling it off into the other end for some more offense. I mean, he's been doing that with consistency here today. So that said, play up to Wit. Wit's gonna hand that off softly to Speedy. Speedy over to QL, right back at him. The tap, perhaps, but Wit was stunned, unfortunately. Now, a recovery here to the midfield will be Chuck Not Norris with several seconds to spare. No one quite in the realm? No one quite in the realm? As it gets sent over to Arrow Knight, and Arrow Knight at the helm of a passing play. Chuck Norris, the Ducks! And the points. They're back up by 1 for Wrath. Looking to close us out if they can. Still 3 minutes. I think the worst enemy for Wrath will be that clock. Because Illuma Duty, they love the clock and clock management. They're down by 1, but they definitely know how to pass that disc around and how to just stabilize themselves when it looks like they're in a hole. At the moment, trying to find it. Burbs, soft little shovel pass, and another deeper reset to Q. QL will whirl up the floor, and yet again, Burbs has been really bothersome here by that backboard. On this goalkeeper. They're trying to find that, and the shot perfectly placed. Look at that, right beyond the reach of the goalie. They're back up by 1 point. This is coming down to it, ladies and gents. Exciting.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Cruising saying I've legit bet on only 2 teams. I swear if I go broke again, you'd be joining a few players who have not had it so lucky in the streams this past week. So rip to you, but right now trying to rip through is Speedy. They're ahead by 3 now, thanks to that. So some momentum certainly now coming in favor of Illuma Duty. And like I was saying before, I felt like for Wrath, the enemy was the clock when they were ahead. For Illuma Duty, not the case. They are ahead by a narrow 3, but the clock is also their friend. If they get this back, you just know that they're going to try and focus on that control and really put Wrath here on their heels. Make them more aggressive than they even want to be. As aggressive as they certainly are. Just time is now on the side of Illuma Duty. America's team. But right there is Chuck Not Norris. Real American Chuck Norris. As Arrow Knight goes to Link 1. But Link 1 getting stunned. Another backboarded play. That's going to be snagged out there. Wit and Burbs both diving. Another slap into the goal. And somehow, by the skin of their teeth, Illuma Duty is trying to stay alive. Speedy taking place in the goal. And now trying to take point in the midfield for a recovery will be QL Young. Had Chuck there in the general vicinity. I almost said area. With that, Burbs definitely in the area, gonna send it right back, and Ascend now, who's been defending lights out. Let's see if he can stop this one. Oh, the double ding and a self-assist. QL, 14-9. We're looking at a round 3.
10, 9, 8, 7.
That was just right place, right time. Did you intend the double ding pass? I would doubt it. But were you in the right place for the recovery? Absolutely. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. So with that, 5 seconds left, we're going yet again on stream to a round 3. We're coming off of what was an incredible match between High Voltage and Anomaly, and right into a master match that's been equally exciting between Illuma Duty and Wrath. This is what you live for. This is what I cast for. And in just a second, we'll send you to the score screen. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely? One of those. You pick a pun, it's yours. That said, there are your scores for, by the by, Southern Sniper, if you're in the chat. Haven't gotten a ping yet, so I may refund you your points, but if you do want to redeem it again next week, I'll be glad to, you know, find a time slot that I can, or someone, if not me, someone can stream you. But definitely we'll get that in, so thanks for those redemptions. Thanks for the follow to await the start of this match. And, oh, I've been apparently ignoring some other redemptions in there. But nonetheless. Glad to have you guys. I'm gonna hydrate myself. I know there's no hydration redemptions that are fresh, but I need to prepare because we got a third round about to start in this amazing matchup so far.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
As I slap my mic. With that, we're back into it, so here we go. First joust by Speedy, and on the recovery there's Wit. Immediate. And smooth right in. There you go. I knew you liked me still. That said, Sweetie V has the goal. There they go for the angle again. That backboard, that's brought them some success, and we always mention that's for a reason. The backboard just gives you so many dynamic ways to score, because you can cross it over for another pass, make the goalie twist and turn. You can juke. For Wit, didn't need any of that. And goalie there, not happy with the save. You can see him kind of lauding the fact that that went in. But hey, Illuma Duty, they've got their first score of the third round. And Abchu pointing out 50 Suns from Link, doubling everyone else. Good call. So from the sideline cast was Abchu. And yeah, that is, needless to say, chewing up the other players on the brawls. But with that, Chuck Norris, talk about people who can brawl, should be the guy with the karate. But as said, taken back here by Burbs. Burbs has a lot of players piling on, and Speedy is able to get a bit of a slap. Now looking for their stacks and or leeches, maybe both, as a quick tap boost from Chuck is able to get there and actually had some time. Instead, kind of the giveaway here will be had to QL Young over to Burbs. Burbs over to the suburb, which is to say the corner of the trap. It's Speedy V right back to QL Young. A lot of brawls from Link 1. You talked about him. Well, there he is. And right now, a shot again. A sand. He has ascended to a new level here tonight. Getting save after save, it would seem. But has to do it again. Will they, won't they? No. It's a play from Speedy on the backboard. So to go back to it, the reason why I mentioned the backboard so strong, whether you're directly on it or not, the point is, one thing that is tough on defenders is making them turn around, you know, do a 180. So you pass to the backboard, the goalie has to turn around. That offers you another cross pass to the front where they'd have to turn around. Or you can juke. And again, that's tough to deal with. You can go for an anchor shot, tough to deal with. The options are endless, and so are these shots from the dots, the doots. They're up by 6 to open up the third round. And that was just a big numbers disadvantage going the way, as we do indeed get a pause, I think, from Wrath this time around. So timeout being taken. Maybe looking to regather before they get too deep in the hole, and you gotta figure makes some sense. It makes some sense. You know, we got 7.5 minutes left, and there is no fourth round to come back to. So the time is soon. The time is now, in fact. Hi, Dimwee. Echo Titan in there saying, Palidore, I sent a friend request. I believe my match is next. Okay, sure. And yeah, since you're here, you know, as always say, you don't have to wait, of course. Like, if you guys gotta start, you gotta start. But if you do, I'll be happy to stream you guys, for sure. And while I have a second here, I will try to accept your invite. Just bear with me, because once you get to a certain number, the friends list doesn't play so nicely. And by that I mean, it flat out crashes for me a lot of the time, so it's a bit troublesome. But that said, that's okay. Good problem to have, sort of. It's all about the silver linings, though. That's how I approach life, you know? The bad thing is it crashes. But the silver lining is, it means I have a lot of friends. And who doesn't want that? Okay, well, with that I can confirm my list crashed, so I cannot add you, because we got it on pause. I'm hoping to still be able to get to you guys. It just might be a little extra delayed, but yeah. With that said, timeout is off and back in play in this third round of action. So Arrow Knights, Isen, Link 1, and Chuck Not Norris for Wrath. Looking to come back, but oh, the big chain into the boost and the brawls. Right back to Ascend, handoff there to Chuck. That was some very tightly woven passing, but they somehow got it through, and they're gonna get that pass, that recovery, I should say, off the clear, and now maybe an opportunity for their own backboard to play. There's a duck, there's the backboard, but scouting it out very well was Burbs, as well as QL. So they read that, and why did they read it? Because that's what they've been going to. They know it. They realize it. Sagging it out, Chuck Not Norris. That could have been maybe a goal off the backboard, but right back into the midfield. Burbs securing this disc. Burbs looking for the bouncer, maybe over to Speedy. And Speedy, the calm, the cool, the collected. Speedy and disperse. And that is one inside joke that literally only Speedy will get. Once upon a time in an airport in Poland, I think. I don't know. Anyway, Speedy V up to the nest. Wit with a disc. Wit passing it off to Speedy. Speedy over to Burbs. The passing, I mean, they're cycling this disc really well. Started off in the first round a little bit rough and rugged, but I mean, they've started to really find those connections. They're hitting a high percentage of these passes. There it goes again. Now, the problem is the more passes in a row you string together, statistics say that you're bound to mess up one eventually. They haven't so far, but now they're gonna get stunned right near the goal. So, beautiful passes, but now the effort's undone as Wrath tries to get their first ones. The tap, the back, but no, boarded by Burbs. Rocktor saying possession must be super in favor of Illumiduty, and right now the possession back to Illumiduty. Good dive from Burbs. Recovery, possibly from Burbs. Has the angle. It's tight, and it's there! Chuck Not Norris gets it out, and kiting. Otherwise, a great goal from that pizza slice. And this pizza league, I mean VRML, you know what it is. Could not get that shot, but that said, up top, it's Speedy V trying to lock it down. There's a cuts. Wow, they are on a new level themselves. And I said that about Wrath in rounds 1 and 2. They were starting to put on some spectacular defensive plays for Wrath that was just, they leveled up, turning it into offense. But now, Illumiduty, they are executing to near perfection. I mean, they are up 8-0 right now. But that is completely predicated off of some just gorgeous pass work. But the plays, oh, that is the last thing that they wanted. A 3-point hit on an open goal. Chuck breaks that seal and right back in it, only down by 5. That said, let me, courtesy of Rocktor, while bringing it up. Well, you might be surprised. Possession time, only 52%, about an extra minute or so for Illumiduty. So not actually that much, and I'm actually pretty surprised by that. But I think maybe that part of that is just because a lot of this control from Illumiduty is happening later in the game compared to, say, earlier on when it was a much more frenetic pace and Wrath was much more in control on the whole. But that said, 4 minutes left, guys, and QL with a pass. Eyeing down Burbs to the sky. You got Wit on the barrier, you got the boot to Burbs, and maybe the pass not quite placed where they wanted it to be, but a recovery from QL Young. And QL to Burbs. Burbs again up the floor. They got Speedy trying to hit from that side angle. Somehow, no, Ascend! You absolute madman. The plays for days. The saves for days. But the rebounds, the control. It's all round long, it seems like, for Illumiduty. But still, this match is so close. Link 1. Right there. I mean, like, again, we're another shot, a 3-pointer away from this being a huge momentum shift, maybe, in favor of Wrath. So, Illumiduty, they need to be careful. Oh, but need to be careful there. Hoping for, not a self-goal. That would not have been what they needed for sure. But the Nest denied it, so, you know, I digress. Not an issue, but Burbs here with a disc. The goal in sight. They've got kind of that 2-on-3 perhaps about to go, but just a good dive, and contesting him was Arrow. So backing it out here smartly. I definitely want to try and control this for the last few minutes because With that, ooh, another cross pass. Not what they needed there with a cutoff. And again, Ascend! Stop it! The dude is just on fire with those grabs. I mean, he is locked on. That is how many saves for Ascend thus far? 4, that is criminal. There's not a chance. He has way more than that. With that, Speedy V getting it back into the goal. 7 points lead for Illuma Duty. And absolutely, no, I know Ascend does not have only 4 because I can remember four memorable ones already that were head on. Yeah, no. I reject your reality and substitute my own, Echo. I don't believe you. But with that said, 10-3, last 2 minutes, for as well as Wrath has been able to defend some of these plays, the offense has been a lot less frequent here in rounds 2 and 3. With that, trying to change it, up to Link 1, trying to recover here, gets it, and somehow through all of the traffic and all of the trees, the forest is clear for the 5-point disadvantage still yet, but they're still in it because of it. They needed that so badly, and Link 1 was able to at least put them closer.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And yeah, Newton, they're saying we've called out about 8. I mean, yeah, exactly. I don't know how many he has exactly for Ascend, but more than 4. Of course, sometimes it gets tricky with how the game counts saves. You know, sometimes it'll count as steals. Sometimes won't count as anything. I mean, you know, just it depends. It's generally more accurate than not, but every once in a while it'll give you some weird numbers. But that said, off to the blue zone and really needing a score. Fairly quick. Backboard, but couldn't execute. Again, that has been Illuma Duty's one of their bread and butter plays in the last couple rounds. And you've seen that Wrath has actually tried to go to it twice, 2 or 3 times in this round. They've tried to do that because it's brought success to Illuma Duty with some ice. Oh my goodness, Chuck, not Norris! Now a big save to keep them once again in it, but the time is almost done. And with that, still some ice yet to come. It's 20 seconds left, and unfortunately, no matter the defense, it is just not meant to be, as one more secured goal gonna be saved from Link. Holy smokes, that is some master tier goalkeeping we have seen from a multitude of players in this match, and that is not a joke. The amount of saves is just off the charts and off the wall. Ah, man, one of those cases where I wish this was a best of 5, because holy smokes, ridiculous. Nonetheless, though, Illuma Duty gonna be happy to capture their win here against Wrath, and Wrath was so close, so close. Ugh. Man, those are the ones that just wear me out mentally, emotionally. Because that's the kind of plays that you would think that this is a playoffs and championship time, you know? Those are the kind of plays that make for these big special moments on stream when you see stuff like that. That was just a huge effort, not giving up until that very last second was gone and the clock struck 0. They were still staying in it, engaged the whole time. Wow. With that, I'm gonna direct you to the scoreboard. Pardon my silence because I definitely need to get to trying to add these teams without crashing for our next match. So, fantastic though. Again, little round of applause for Illuma Duty because and Wrath, because that was spectacular. That was one of my favorite clashes I think I've seen at the Master Division so far this season. But okay, be right back. Enough talking. Jeez. getting going, and that's a good move from Ignite. The pass there, slowly rolling the way of BTS King. BTS slapping it over, a catch by Duel. Duel sending it to the sideline. Now will be Franz, rolling it up the floor to Wolf. Wolf on the approach, handing it out to the corner. There's a team play, but there is the save away, and Phoenix through to bring it within one. That was a nice one. Oh no, and the dab. Oh no, and the double dab. I'm done.
BTS King working his way along the left side. There's no pressure right now. He can take his time. He passes to the right. NTS Franz is below. Goes off the backboard. NTS Franz brings Ignite up by 9.
Not quite able to pick it up, and the shot goes out off the mark. Looks like it's going to be Gordon Jr. picking that up, doing a nice spin move, but the shot was off the mark. But he's able to get it that second time. What a pocket by Goran there.
With it at mid, sending it in, is going to hit Meatballer. Meatballer encroaching on the bubble. Al coming in. What a stop there by Com. Going to be picked up by Al, and Ryan coming away with it, but Arco leader no Com with another grab. Connor Arcanis with it now. Connor Arcanis going to back it up. 17 seconds, sending this one up, but red there by Jay Walker. Jay Walker with the clear.
Mozzie.
Mozzie, he's going to get his pocket picked. Ryan with it. Ryan Hager shot there from Jay Walker. That was disgusting.
You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. On to the place where all this began. To start again. Don't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes.
Can't get the grab. 8 seconds. And now 8 seconds in that far side. The inside trap. Fish is going to check. Chuck this. Oh, no. Oh, oh!
Worst just won it at the last possible second.
Bounce off the backboard and off the back of the crossbar. He picked up by Simon. Simon under pressure now, able to avoid that defensive player and put it in.
Trying to run back up on the Great British Empire here, and they're able to get those 3 points.
And I think that's exactly what Blank needed momentum-wise. You know, it's now a 1-point game, a little over halfway through. This is definitely doable for them, so that was very important to hit.
Yeah, absolutely, and Howler will take the disc here. Some good passes back and forth here, getting around that defense. Difficult passes as well. They're not easy passes under pressure on the table. It's kind of one of the most difficult passes to make. Zeko Zero will make a couple of ducks here. In fact, get past the defense.
Gonna hit Zenith up to Mad. Setting it up, hits Sealable. Sealable does not have a lane there, as that is .com all the way back to the goal. He does play very, very deep back. And Zenith is able to play it.
Back and forth and stunning coming out from both teams as Voodoo gets a nice, oh my god.
A clear from Caesar. Losing his arm a little bit there, but not losing the disc. Saluna dropping it, but Moonface taking it right back, sending it over, and oh my goodness, Moonface making a crater into the goal. 16 points, 25 meters deep. Okay, hello everybody. Sorry for that delay. Just reorganizing after that stellar match. Stellar 2 matches, in fact. I mean, again, we opened it with High Voltage versus Anomaly. Phenomenal 3-round series. We had Illumid Duty versus Wrath. Phenomenal 3-round series. And now, really quickly, we got Geometry and Hollow, and hoping for a phenomenal 3-round series. coming in here on the stream. So happy to do it. If you guys are with me, happy that you're joining me as we close out week 4. And wow, look at the head punch house. Oh, that was hot. Jonathan's AC, turn on the AC, because I'm sweating from that. What a start. What a start. Well, okay. Well, that said, hello to Hollow. They got a roster here working with Nico Rift. We got Arctic Matt. We got Jonathan's AC, that is, and Titan.exe. Over here on Geometry, Team Geometry, Graham Cracker, Spoonier Newt, Quinton, and Tribaldos. And with that said, well, seeing the pass opening up for them, but unable to get that handle. They'll get a recovery here. Titan being stunned, and that's going to be cleared as well. Newton Dad saying he's 1/2 Newt and 1/2 Spoon. I'm not sure what to think about that, so I'm not going to try. That said, Arctic Matt trying to send it over to the wall. Going to be snagged and actually slapped out to the midfield. Jonathan's AC now with a disc. And up top, off a bounce to one shoulder. They've got the shoulder, they've got the nest. But the dive, when maybe they're expecting the anchor, so small miscommunication. But that said, Quentin still getting a clear. So yeah, for all you guys joining us on the stream, welcome to it. Thank you for doing so. This was another pretty hype-voted match on the whole. So wanted to take this on here for VR Master League Channel 1. And appreciation, by the way, to Hollow and Geometry for being patient and for waiting. Of course, not a requirement, but as always appreciated, you know. Get these players casted, and I can wait till that master match had finished. I mean, yeah. Many thanks. As Nico loses the disc, so causing a rift in that action. It's Tribaldos with the clear. Now over to the blue. Maybe the first 2. Uh-oh, the communication again, a little bit off, but they're still gonna have a chance as Titan, actually Quinton, puts it in. Titan almost getting a save, it looks like. So actually off the body, but with that, they tie it up. Not too shabby. So yeah, for all you guys at home, welcome back to VRML this season. And 2-2, couple minutes and a half, in fact, as we'll be sent over to the top. Now, Spoody or Newt, sending it down off a bounce. They do have one player back there kind of lone, but just for a moment. Tribaldo, some good stuns and shields, but it's finally Rift, Nico, who comes through. Now Nico over to the trench. And the bow tie as well, but getting all tied up. And Quinton coming out ahead with that. Sending it to the other side full speed. Graham Cracker. And now a Kraken. Well, almost shot. But Titan going off of him, so that's unfortunate. Almost a save, but instead, 2-point play. They get the win there. And oh wait. I'll tell you how the league works. Thunder Dash setting it in, but I can give you a little, you know, quick plug of VRML. In the sense that, hold on, after this maybe, because they got a shot lining up. It's Graham Cracker, and a little low maybe. Rebound though, will be good from Tribaldos. Nice recovery. So yes, VRML, way it works. You get 2 matches per week. You can schedule any time throughout the week with the other teams. Basically, you can play 24/7 from Monday through the end of Sunday nights, or early Monday morning, in fact, if you wish. But yeah, you get 2 matches a week. It's a ladder-based system for most of our ranks, which is to say we have 300 teams all across the ranks. It's kind of MMR-based, so your matchups after at least your first few matches as a team, your matchups will be pretty even, because you'll get paired against teams who are in your similar categories. There, so yeah, anyone and everyone can play. We've got players who've been playing for years. We got some teams who've been playing only for weeks, but it's conducive to everyone and anyone who wants to join. End plug. That said, Spoody or Newt, if you do have any questions though, do let me know. Happy to answer in between goals. But that said, off into the trench now. It's gonna bounce right back to Titan here. Now we'll be taken by Titan, sending it over to Jonathan. Bart Star asking, what are these ranks? For Team Geometry, they are gold right now, 1160 rounded MMR, 7 and 4 on the record. Now, for Hollow, they are 1140 rounded MMR, 5 and 5 in silver. And yeah, going back to it here. Again, mentioned this was a pretty highly hype-voted match, and as I say to you guys a lot of the time, you know, we casters now more than ever are paying attention to those hype votes because there's just too many teams to otherwise, you know, try and intuitively figure out exactly who we should stream on a given time slot, especially these really busy ones where you got 20 matches being played at the same time, especially here in North America prime time. So with that, a clear deep into the orange zone, 6-2, gonna be captured by Nico Rift. And Spoonier Newt sending it right to the other lane, but gonna bounce right back towards Newt's way. Now just past the reach as a almost backboarded play goes there, but it's gonna be just off and picked off at the Pac-Man. Jonathan's AC and up to Nico. Nico couldn't quite find it, but the return, same results. Another ding and then off to the Pac-Man once again as they go to the trap and just pile up here for some collections and maybe some brawls. Definitely some brawls.
Clears it out of their zone.
Of course, also for people tuning in, we do have some more matches yet, quite a few. Now, scheduled next will also be Schrodinger's Disc and Dust Bunnies. Maybe a bit of a delayed start. Well, definitely will be a bit of a delayed start. But if they are waiting, we'll be streaming Schrodinger's Disc and Dust Bunnies next. And then a little while after that, about an hour after that, we'll have a couple more. Between Vapor and Oblivions, and closing it out with Baked and Iron Legends. So, you got a lot to watch here tonight, ending the week. And at the moment, trying to find the end of their stacks and get it back here. A lot of clears, I think, for these teams that they can just search for more of these passing plays, because when you get to these 50-50s, it's anyone's guess on exactly where that disc goes. So trying to stack back, and I will compliment the fact that they are speedy, these two teams. They are definitely quick on the reactions as far as getting their chains back together. You can see it right there. A little bit mishandled over the geometry, that said, but look at it from, again, geometry now. That is very, very furious and fast. And even in the opposite order, fast and furious. But like a movie, the action is hot. And with that, Jonathan's AC, not too hot. Got the AC, does see the teammates here. And trying to be an ace in that hole, but no, another one! Denied by another stun! It's Nico across the way, but bouncing towards that rad logo as it's picked by Graham. So with that, back into the tunnel. And yeah, just trying to find some more points. Seeing the work up the floor. There's the pass intention, not quite the collection. Eventually they'll still get that, and now right back down. Right area, but a bit of mustard on the throw, so tough on the catch. And why mustard? Why not ketchup, I wonder? Well, either way, these teams trying to catch up to each other on these boosts, and some passing plays again, just a little bit off. You had the positioning very well, though, so I liked where the spacing was here for geometry. And I guess if any team is going to give each other good passing angles, you figure it would be the geometric team. That's a slapper over to Arctic. But oh, talk about slaps! That take back and that steal, that save, in fact. That was equally hot. That set another shot. Graham Cracker, how about that? He got the little up and under fake. That was a that was a kind of back to back, a few nice moves from both sides of the floor, but it eventually ended up the way of Graham Cracker. And that was a snack of a shot. TW Knight saying, hydrate, I shall. Thank you, kind knight, for defending my honor. I will. Right about now.
Blue sends it back the other way.
Alright, so with that, Titan being stunned by Quinton. And over down to the blue end. Up to the high line, it's gonna be Quinton again, another slap away, but the recovery here looking like it's gonna be blue, not for too long. Tribaldos is there, and the pass off to Nico. Nico, though, being assaulted by Graham. Now Graham and Quinton linking up. There's the stack speed again coming in pretty hot. The brawls as well, but the takeaway. Right back, perhaps. Well, nope, to Quinton. So 8-2 this round, starting to wind to a close. They've got an opportunity, though, for maybe another goal. The backboard pass, there it is! They were paying attention there, watching Illuma Duty. Because with that, they're up 10-2. And a pause. Most awkward time to take a timeout because the round was almost over and now someone has just expended their full match timeout. Not sure the reasoning or who did it. Or maybe it was an accident. Maybe one of those cases where, you know, someone had hit a few buttons they didn't mean to hit while tapping off. I'm not sure who took it. I almost assume that might have been what happened, but then again, no one is actually unpausing, so maybe not. All right, so one player did drop off for blue team, but like I said, that's kind of an unfortunate use of it because you only get one tech timeout per match per team. And with the round already almost over, that doesn't really provide much because your teams are allowed between rounds to actually take up to 5 minutes without an issue. It doesn't count as a tech timeout or anything like that. So, you know, they had 13 seconds and they could have just taken the between round timeout and still kept their mid-game timeout alive. A little bit of an oops, but hey. That said, checking out chat there. Someone asking, Newton Dad actually answering, but yeah, front row is just basically like a little bits leaderboard. If you hover over the video player while we're live on Twitch, you'll see a couple buttons. One button is for the front row, which is a 100-bit minimum, I think. So if you want to get your name kind of featured on the stream and on the VODs and support VRML on the channel here, of course, all community ran on volunteer basis. And if you want to support, you can do that. And I will say, I'll preface this with saying it lasts for 5 days currently. That's a extension developer setting, not mine, but they're supposed to be adding customizable duration, so I want to make it longer. But yeah, if you put your name on there, it'll be there for 5 days. I'd much rather have it be there for like, I don't know, a couple weeks, 2, 3, 4, or something like that. But whatever the case is, you guys donate bits, it's appreciated. If you just donate your time and watch these streams, chat, that is just as meaningful, if not more meaningful, on the whole to everyone else here. So, whatever way you're supporting, it's always appreciated. So that round is over, as is a timeout, but with that 10-2 victory for Geometry. And then for Knight asking what the bit minimum is for a seat. 100, I do believe. I think 500, and you get to customize your avatar, or something like that. But you can also activate some custom emotes. For instance, there are like waves and dances and dabs and stuff. So if you happen to during the replays, you could always activate some emotes to kind of give a little extra cheer, for instance. But yeah, it's just a cool little thing. You also see the extension there for stream stickers. It's kind of subtle at times. I don't know how noticeable it actually is for people, but you activate those stream stickers on there over the video player. It'll appear at the bottom right corner, basically by the mini map. I kind of did it, in a place that is pretty unintrusive, but also lets chat and viewers interact and react to the gameplay that's happening. Of course, it also lets them just flood the bottom of the mini map with some troll emotes, which is to say, fine, I guess. But that said, guys, going over to the second round. And TW Knight there with the 100 bits. Well, thank you. Did you do it through the front row though? That's what I hope so, because you do have to do it through the extension of the app. Oh, that said, appreciate all the support. If I could manually add you, I absolutely would. That said, the shot is off here, snagged by Tribaldos. That's a rip. I'm sorry. Maybe I should communicate a little bit more clearly. I feel like I don't do that sometimes. I'll have to prep a proper pamphlet that I can read off when that question is asked next time. Over the video player, if you hover over the video player, you'll see a button there. That said, Quinton, and also that said, no pressure, honestly, like I said, just you being here and supporting is more than enough. But that said, Graham Cracker off the backboard! Oh, that's gonna ding! And rum dingy there, as I addressed something from about 20, 30 minutes ago, something like that. But that's gonna be cleared into the midfield. 1 minute in the books here for Hollow and Geometry. First round taken 10-2, but a stalemate thus far. Cookie Fox back in the chat, who I've seen quite a bit throughout the day and throughout the streams, is hold on, that is almost a shot being made on the clear. But good to see Cookie back in there, as well as the grumpiest Broom. varying degrees of Grump. Hopefully Grump is a little bit more healthy these days. I know you mentioned you were a little under the weather last week, so hope Grump is feeling good. And with that said, over to the tunnel, gonna be taken out and sent out Jonathan. I'll tell you what, Knight, just because I feel bad and probably stink at explaining things, I'm totally going to add I'm totally gonna add your name just custom style as soon as I have a minute. That said, Jonathan's AC with a disc here will be bounced around left to right, side to side, and into the midst of Arctic Matt. So Arctic sending it over to the bow tie, but covered pretty well from Quinton. So that's gonna be a clear. And up to the top now, going to be rebounded, and shot will be had first. Finally, after a couple minutes, it's Nico Rift. Doing well, doing well. Quick CTV asking, what do you think about letting Gilligan co-host during one of these? Gilligan's one of our casters. He can cast anytime he wants. Absolutely. Love Gilligan. Also one of our governors, but for sure. I mean, again, happy to have him or anyone else as they sign up. Like I said, whole volunteer type of thing, and Gilligan is the man. The man with a plan, with a shot at hand, but saved, and can't stand that for certain if you're hollow. Or, excuse me, geometry. You know what I mean. But I digress. Back up to the ceiling. It's gonna be snagged here by Arctic, but Arctic getting frozen, and right in the ozone, it's Graham Cracker. All alone for the tie-up. And yes, that is very correct. Gilligan is Gil has the skill, if you will. And it's always a thrill to cast with Gil. Did you get your fill? I hope so. Anyway, tied up at 2. It's Nico with a launch. Has to avoid that stack. Was mighty speedy. To the other end, it's going to be taken by Spoonier Newt. Spoonier Newt right through a couple arms, but right back into the arms of Nico. Nico going for the maybe bouncer off that corner. We've seen a lot of players take those with some success, but that said, it's going to be picked off by Jonathan's AC. So Jonathan trying to eye down that backboard play. Oh, slamming it in with some authority. Titan. .exe, and definitely that was a well executed shot. 4-2.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
TW9 asking, how do I do it through the front row? Do you not see the button there? Because if so, that's a problem, and so is that. That shot was almost on. My goodness. Titan again to the backboard, but not on the score, unfortunately. Jonathan with another chance, and still slapped out, but the recovery, oh, another narrow miss. They have had some really close ones, for sure. With that into the midfield, Arctic Matt having it saved, stolen that is, from Quinton, and right down the line, that is also close to that goal. Will bounce off, and from the side, Graham Cracker looking for a teammate or two, as they do get the 2 for Spoonier Newt. It's tied at 4 now. Be neat, asking for hydrations. I shall try, I shall try.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Problem is, I'm hydrating at such a quick pace. Now you're gonna make me burp on stream. And Sarah saying, when I hit front row, nothing happens. Really now? Well, that is, well, not good. Let me think. You know, I know what it might be. Try. I know it's a little counterintuitive, but if it doesn't work now, try after the next goal. I know it doesn't make sense, but just trust me. Jonathan's AC here trying to get something going, but Spoonier Newt, sending a pass over to Tribaldos, who gets it through. Now a stack coming in, and stack going out. They're going to recover 3 different players there, all splitting apart, fanning out. Actually, never mind, having trouble getting the angle and the wrangle, as it will be Graham Cracker once again, with a very crackin' brawl, and an even crackier shot. Whatever. You know what? Forget me for trying. Also, on these... Okay, yeah, so look, after this goal is made, basically, once the replay disappears, try activating front row and tell me if it works, because if it does, now I know how I'm going to fix that problem, because that definitely is a problem. Let me know. That said, Southern Sniper in there asking, can you refund me, Pally? I did, I'm pretty sure. You should have your points back. But with that, back over to Graham Cracker. Graham Cracker to Quinton. Quinton up with a little duck and a little dip. And wow, another score. Right in that corner. Kind of tricky because Quinton was fading to the left, but then shot to the right. And that was a very tricky move. So tell me, did it work? By the guy? Or maybe not. And Pyro Games, see your redemption on the polls there, but part of me, I'm not really able to redeem too many things right now. Been soloing it for about last hour or so. A little bit too much for me to manage, is right now trying to micromanage through all of the hustle from the defense, and there it is, Jonathan. With that wall clear, could be a shot perhaps. It's gonna bounce around a few different times before being recovered by Nico. And slipping that one right in before the defense could recover. Hey, yeah, no problem. I do appreciate and encourage the channel redemption. It's just normally, especially for like these primetime streams, more often than not, we'll have a multicasting team, and I also wouldn't be so in a frazzle. We've been a little bit delayed here, thanks to some good games. We've had some round 3s and whatnot here on the stream all evening, so you know, when I'm a little bit more in a frazzle flurry, the less able I am to actually address the redemptions from chat. So I apologize, but right now I'm trying to find the pass across to Graham Cracker. 2 minutes left. This is a very close round. Could be eyeing a round 3 if Hollow is able to play their defense right. I want to see some, not Hollow defense, we want to see some full defense. I want to see some full rounds, some full matches. There it goes. All right, so maybe the chance. This could be a tie. Shoot it now and makes it. Knocks it down. Nico ties it at 9. Could almost call me Nostradamus when it works. Oh, now that is an uh-oh because we just got a timeout. I know for a fact neither team has a timeout to expend. Whatever that is, it's not allowed. I'm just gonna take a sip of my drink. On the bright side, that does give me a very, very momentary second to maybe make a poll. Let me see. We got like 1 minute poll. I don't know if there's time. Should I do it? Will there be a round? Here. If there's a round 3, I will make a poll for you. How about that? If there's a round 3. But that said, back out we go on this joust. It's tied up. The next play, either way. Defense, offense, I mean, these are the crucial moments of this round. The next team to score, that could be a game-winning score. You know, the next big save that happens could be the game-winning save. We shall see. Graham Cracker trying to make something happen, but there it is for Jonathan. So that's a big grab now. Can they capitalize on this is the question. They got the grab, they got the defense, but can they get the speed? Can they get the disc back? They will not, so it will be just right back here to Geometries. Geometry over to the tree, but being stolen from Jonathan, but right back at him, it's Graham Cracker. Teams playing all up here with all kinds of aggression. And here we go, 43 seconds. Up high, good contest. Spoonie or Newt, and he gets it to go. That could be, we still have time, but that could be the game winner. Let's see, there is still some time on the clock. This is gonna be a fast reaction necessary for Hollow. And man, oh man, could it be a round 3? Even a game winner. That's another thing you gotta consider. Are they gonna go for maybe a stun on the goalie and go for just a straight win? Is a question. Oh, the giveaway though, that is damaging, and that could definitely be the ice. Ice has been cracked by the Graham one. And in the 2 rounds, by the narrowest margins, it was indeed Geometry with less than 30 seconds off a tremendous stun, steal, and delivery from Spooty or Newt. And then the sealant from Graham. All right. And that was a match, and another good one. Great one, in fact. All right, give me just a second here. Make sure everything is in order. And yeah, I'll once again, I'm going to leave you on the stats. I will not be able to go over them for all too long because I got another match to be in. So, do enjoy, and BRB. All right. Whew. Boy, oh boy. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the streams. I'm Palidore, and we got ourselves another one. And we got Schrodinger's Disc and Dust Buddies. You might be noticing the stats for Schrodinger's Disc might be a little bit, well, not there, which is to say, their team name, because of, what do you call that? The O with the two dots, an omelet, right? Something like that. Close enough. That thing. It apparently gives our bots some problems, as I'm discovering. Yes, the omelet, exactly. So Schrodinger's will not have their logo there, unfortunately. My apologies in advance for when they watch this. But that said, Dust Bunnies and Schrodinger's omelet with the disc. Stuff 'em up here, having it stolen from White Fox. White Fox! Wow. White Fox starting things off the right way. Putting the egg in that pan. As no doubt I will be critically panned after this cast. Alright, so Stuff Muff over to Kirito, over to Stuff Muff, and Stuff Muff to the side lane. Gonna bounce that around to Dark Ninja. Dark Ninja here from the approach. He has a one defender kind of nearby, about to approach him, and hands it off and lets Feener do the dirty work after the nice assist. Feener with the first two. And Schrodinger's Disc, they're back on the board. Well, on the board for the first time, I suppose. Alright, so with that launch out, and as I continue to keep forgetting my predictions, and a shot out there almost online. Wow. That said, Dust Bunnies, the recovery here on blue. And in just a second, there's Omelet, pardon my clickety clacks. But right now, taking it back up the ramp, it's gonna be Feener. So you got a couple minutes here, and I will indeed start your predictions soon. But with that, it's Dark Ninja finding, oh, the goal just dinging as a kind of a tough angle. The goalie was out, so it was a, you know, the right move. That you see what they're going for. They just weren't able to score, unfortunately. So right back into the midfield, as it turns out. And now another chance here for Dust Bunnies, who already scored that hot three from White Fox to start off. That said, maybe another handoff play. Looking for the passing, and again, everlasting team stoppers are the Dust Bunnies. Bunny hoppers, in fact, as now I have a time to clickety-clack. Okay, let's see. Dust Bunnies versus Schrodinger's Omelet. We're just rolling with it now. You may now vote. And bet your channel points for all those sweet, sweet rewards that I have been having a hard time redeeming today. With that, Skylaw with a very nice dip-in move gets the goal. And 7-2. Only 10 seconds wasted. Not wasted, I should say, off that joust. Yeah, Doc Education in there. Complimenting that last match we saw, perhaps, and yeah, the matches today have been amazing. That's why I'm here. We've had several round threes and OTs, and hold on, oh jeez! That's a three. It's a 2-point match. Dark Ninja meeting the fire there, matching the fire of Dust Bunnies. Of course, that's definitely a fire hazard. But that said, never you mind. Never you mind. Alright, so off this launch here for Dust Bunnies. They're gonna pick it up momentarily. There's Skyla, there's Dark Ninja with a disc. Dark Ninja now being stunned, but all the meanwhile stuff him up there. Nice handoff there to Feener on the other side of the zone. Back into the Nugget now, and has to be careful because Risen is pretty nearby. Up to the shoulder, they got some options, and Kirito will be the final one. Tied up, 7 apiece. Nice little run back coming in from Schrodinger's disc. Got down by a couple goals, but hey, they reacted.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
So, alright, about 20 seconds left in those channel point predictions. Again, if you want to do that, you can predict up there if you just click that button at the top of the Twitch chat window and bet some channel points and get rewarded if you're right. And if you are right and you get those channel points, well, of course, you can use that to get a lot of cool things, you know? Play some word games with the casters, get some shout-outs. If you have enough channel points, you can also get some casts on VRML officially. Right now, casting that reel, it's Skyla. Netting the shot, 9-2 for Dust Bunnies. Project Phantom saying, I'm broke if Dust loses. I mean, I didn't say bet everything, but certainly go big or go home, I guess. Hey, why not? High roller. So with that, over to Kirito, back to stuff in the tunnel. Just waiting for maybe a return pass here. And there you go. Kind of a gentle work up the floor. Some pretty nice spacing here in the mid lane. A little bit of dubstep disc, though, from Kirito. May have just crashed out, unfortunately. Man, you can't look away. It's like a car crash, but no, it's just a player crash. But whatever the case is, Cakester with a clear potentially is going to bounce away back of Cake. And Cake trying to make... Oh my goodness, that was so very close. Another rebound maybe, but just beyond the grasp of the boosting players. Cakester's still there for the takeaway and trying to work it up the floor. Down to the bottom and bottoms up. It's Skyla. They're up by 4 with 4 minutes remaining in this round.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
And just now I'm realizing the other word sync redeemed about half an hour ago, which I know I'm being very conspicuous about it now, but Newt saying vrware.net. Of course I'll shout vrware.net out. Love those guys. And they're one of our fantastic sponsors here in Season 3. So with that, see if they can net themselves another goal, but no! It will be Stuff Muff still, another attempt. That's a deep fling right to Dark Ninja. Dark Ninja has a couple options, but was closed off by Risen. And, oh, now Feener. Look, some issues maybe on that end. This is just going to open up White Fox, and they're going to get it back again. 13 points. So another scoring burst being shown, and Dust Bunnies, they're up by a few goals with a few minutes.
9, 8, 7, 6,
See Bartstar complimenting the good passing.
3, 2,
Doc Education in there, apparently locking down the omelets. Maybe if we see Schrodinger's disc versus Kraken, who we've seen 2 days in a row, we'll get some Kraken omelets, you know? But that's it. It's Feener with a... That's all it was. And Feener raising the roof on the Nugget at that. Oh boy. I don't know how or why, but he did it. I mean, that thing came out like a rocket, don't get me wrong. That was a very strong throw. But, hey, locked it down. All right. Bringing it back within 3. That is a big hit. A big unexpected hit at that. But that said, if they give this up, looks like it won't be the case. But wow, if they can do that again in the next minute or two, we'll be right back in this. It's only a 3-point differential between these two teams. With that, Skyla, the recovery, the stack just grazing by. All the meanwhile, Risen grazing by him as well. White Fox back to the tunnel. So Feener trying to deal with that defense as it's sent into the other side. And right into the awaiting mitts, not too long. Cakester has to get rid of it soon. Finding someone, and he does. Skyla, really soft pass, despite the otherwise kind of tight defense. It's easy to get panicked, but he did not. Now that said, a grab back by Risen. Risen over to the backboard. Oh, but no, saved and delivered once more for White Fox. That was a fantastic grab. I'm not sure who that was. I might have been Dark. My angle wasn't exactly the best. Looks like it was. It happened so fast though. Man, who's the cameraman for this one? Get some better angles. Oh wait, that's me. Oh, nonetheless, Stuff Muff up to the cloud. By the way, I remember that rings a bell. Someone said earlier on, whoever it was, said excited to see this stuff grow and happy about the professionalism of these streams. I appreciate you. Although I might be undoing a little bit of that here tonight. Oh, it's all the little things that keep messing up. But that's okay, because end of the day, we got a lot of quality casts, so never you mind that I keep messing up my overlay stuff. With that, it's going to be taken by Kirito, and that's going to be out of there to the hands of Cakester. And time just about down. I mean, need to be fast here, and well, the time indeed is gone, as Risen will just put them a little bit beyond the reach, indeed, of Schrodinger's disc. Dust Bunnies will claim the first round by 7. Rocktor in the chat there saying 2 years ago in an ESL match, Kirito's wife went into labor during your guys' match and had to leave. I mean, if there was ever a good excuse to dip out of a competitive match, that's probably it. But with that said, 17-10, round 1 going the way of Dust Bunnies. See, Graham Cracker stopping by in the chat now. Just saw Graham on stream. What's up, Graham? Welcome to it. Welcome to it. Good games. Very good. Kraken games, even. Graham Slam. Alright, so, with that, looks like... Actually, never mind. I thought we were maybe about to take a timeout. One of the players I thought had dipped, but actually just switched sides to maybe communicate something with the other team, so never you mind. It was a 7-point victory into the first round for Dust Bunnies. Schrodinger's disc here, trying to come back and make a second round of it. Maybe add on to the long list of close games and third round games that we've witnessed here since, well, the early afternoon, going well into this evening now on the NA side of things. Of course, if you're joining us from anywhere around the globe, happy to see you just the same. Happy to see you, happy to stream you, and right there, hasta la vista, baby, says Skyla, and into the vista it goes. So good defense. Into the tunnel, but snagged back by Dark Ninja. Dark Ninja now having it stolen by Cakester, so Cakester, maybe a shot taker, but now does have a couple back in the goal, so just gonna eye down that pass, just beyond the grasp of Risen, and Kirito kind of adding salt to the wound with a stun as he gets a clear. Now deep into the blue. Recovery from the bottom. 3 players all in the goal now. In the bubble, that is a save for Schrodinger's disc, as Fiener is going to be the one to cap it off.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Good morning, Callan. I saw your message earlier as well. That was another one that I forgot to readdress. The top of the morning to you. Ho! Top of the goal that almost went in. But see, they'll be recovering this disc here. Feeder and Skyla. Man, you really got to watch out for those defensive stacks sometimes. They just come in hot in a snap of a finger, and next thing you know, it's a goal. With that, Risen takes it out. So one day, Callan, we're going to get a Team Milk, Creamy Milk reunion, right? Or nothing else. Just saying, you never know how much you're going to miss something until it's gone.
orange team has the disc. Orange.
And right now, I'm missing Team Milk by its hair, and I'm missing it everywhere, but boy, do I miss it when it's gone. Skyla with a disc, trying to make the most out of the things. Skyla with some more ducks, Kirito here with a disc. But man, every stream, Kirito gets a score there. Every stream, without fail, Skyla has these moves where he'll put together 2 or 3 ducks in a row and he'll somehow pull it off. I don't know how he does it, but quite frequently. Maybe teams just need to scout more. But Skyla's definitely a fan of those ducks, and boy does he do it very well. I don't see him stop that often, plain and simple. But it's always entertaining. In any case, over here to Cakester. Cakester with the disc. And right back to Risen. Risen to Fox, but Fox could not manage the grip on it. Just kind of bounced off that post. Up to the top here from Feener. Feener having it snagged, a little bit of a weird interaction, but nonetheless, it's going to buy them maybe some offense. Risen has the lane, but close off. Might have had a backboard pass potentially, but into the hands of a couple goalies, and that is really close to the 3. Recovery here from SAO. Kirito has a cross to the nest. Talk about the nest, talk about those omelets, and cracking it open. It's Feener. Once again, they're up by 6. Good round 2 so far for the disc. The disc team.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Entering the arena. Blue throws.
Alright, so with that, as a bouncer goes the way of White Fox, it's going to be taken, secured, and wow, the shot off the backboard. Also, okay, side note, who was that who got timed out? Was that for posting a Twitch clip? Because if it was, it shouldn't be doing that, because I thought I fixed it to whitelist Twitch clips. No, I mean, you're allowed to post Twitch clips, but someone else mentioned that they got timed out. I think it was Lolo or V mentioned they got timed out for posting a clip. You're allowed to, and I whitelisted it, so if it actually timed you out for posting one, it should not have. So let me know if that was a Twitch clip. But that said, it's gonna be Kirito with a disc, and right back to Dark Ninja. Dark Ninja has a crossover to Feeder maybe, and also had one to Kirito. Nice double cut. So basically had 2 options and made that special delivery over to Kirito, courtesy of Dark Ninja. Okay, so apparently it was the Nightbot just acting up again, huh? Well. What is one to do about that? Let me see here. Just gonna make my way Old Town Road. And Feeder's gonna ride till I can't cast no more. 35 meters score, 11-2. What a hit. Wow. Did not expect that one. With that said, guess what, chat? Maybe I shouldn't announce this. You guys behave. I know there's 60 plus of you in here. Nightbot has had his privileges momentarily revoked. I swear, if any of you act up, though. So you can feel free to post your clips now. Nightbot is powerless. That said, over here, gonna be taken at the top. And we'll be back to Cakester. So Cakester driving it up the floor. And looking for maybe a passing score. Nicely done. Cakester to Risen. They've got their 4th point.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Barts are saying, no way, shot off the pole, off the stick. Funnily enough, you cast enough, you almost see everything at least once. I have seen that a couple times before. Certainly not common at all, though. I've seen it a couple times, but yeah, it's just... Hey, in fact, someone brought up Gilligan earlier on, over in their Friday Night Community League, is one of the times I've actually seen that happen. But that said, with that, Risen is going to get the disc over to the top bounce. That's going to be fairly close, but Muff is there for the recovery, but Stuff getting stung by the stack impending, and will be Cakester with another grab. Cakester to White Fox. I almost said White Fots. What's a White Fots? Nonetheless, they're putting up some points here late. Still within reach, 11-6, not too bad. Just gotta up the pace a little bit. And Pyro saying free reign, free Rhine. Free Reinhardt. Oh, well. All the way. Now these teams showing a lot of heart. Don't know why Reinhardt was on my mind. I haven't played Overwatch in quite a while. But nonetheless, trying to shield, but unable to do so, so get behind his shield, as they will send it over to Risen. Risen has that one-on-one, gets the score. It's a 3-point game. This is really close. Dust Bunnies, after looking a little bit down in the dumps for most of this round, in terms of just the execution, that is to say, they've started to put on some scores at the right moment, because we're going into the last couple minutes. And they're within reach for maybe a sweep if Schrodinger's Disc is not careful. So, needing to show that care, let's see. Defense here, just going to play a little bit back in that mid line, so not immediately contesting Kirito and co. Meanwhile, Dark Ninja with that disc and sending it almost to the intercept, but a very quick pass now to Kirito. Some nice cycling, but a little bit of an awkward bounce from to Dark Ninja will kind of ruin that opportunity. With that, oh boy, can they get that disc? No! Man, just the overshoot, because otherwise that would have been an open 3, and that could have been a tied match with less than 2 minutes left. As always, I mean, when it comes to stacks, it's about being fast. Yes, it's also about being accurate. And with that, trying to take it back, rebound, tap back to Cakester. I was almost worried for a second, as it will be White Fox. Now White Fox up the floor, trying to hit those players, but defended very well. Dark Ninja was already in the zone and ready for that. So into the blue zone, back into the goal. Whoa, what a save from Cakester. That was an immense grab. Holy smokes. Look at that replay for a second. What a grab. He had to go full extension on the dip. Look at that. That is nuts. That is a huge save to keep this alive, keep them alive in this game. They're gonna go for the 3. They're gonna make the 3. What in the world? Holy clutch, Batman! 11-11. A mammoth of a save and a mammoth of a shot. Whoa! That is a play of the game, of the month, of the week, of the year, as Wolf says in there. That was incredible. If they come back to win this, that is the big thing. If they come back to win this round, that is going straight to the top. What a ridiculous play. What a ridiculous play. That said, going for the spoilers. They're trying to deny this comeback opportunity. That's, oh man, that's a stack. That is a collection about to be had. That goal is open. That goal, oh, is closed. The ding. Everything but the finish. They still have 10 seconds left. Cakester, deep pass, sending it, and then off the bounce will be had. Could we be looking at an overtime? It looks likely, as it will be a grab here from the top. Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart is hurting. And for all the right reasons. Not for a particular team, but just more so. That is stressful. I'm stressed. Oh my gosh. Oh, overtime. I cannot believe that. That said, let's see what happens. White Fox with the disc. This epic comeback potentially off of that, just again, ridiculous career highlight worthy save and then 3. Still, the fact that they were able to even get that 3 and had the presence of mind to do so, that was silly. That was ridiculous. With that said, it is dangerous here. 30 seconds expended off of this round, this overtime round. For Schrodinger's Disc, they need to win this if you want to see a round 3 real soon. It could be happening, but the stun! But then the snag back from Stuff Muff. Stuff sending it side to the back, that is, and now side to Stuff. Stuff right back to the trench, and to the trench again. The passes here, frantic and quick on the reactions. Now Cakester, the deep heave. Skyla, a chance! A chance! Oh, the ding off the backboard, and it's not gonna be in! So the win was there, the win was out, but Cakester rounds it out and winds up with the disc to Risen. Risen couldn't get that either because the stun on Skyla, but now another grab back. They pass, and now it's done. Dust Bunnies have won. Good game, good round, overtime at that. What What a comeback. That's last minute of round 2 from Dust Bunnies. That was one of the most incredible things I think I've seen in that context of, like, desperately needing a save. And it was a ridiculous save. It wasn't a standard save either. I mean, it was a full extension dipping move that had, and then to get the 3 that they needed. That's nuts. I can't even believe that game. I can't. With that said, I'll go to the score screen here in a second. Hold on. But man, that was just This is why I can't not cast, because then I miss stuff like this if I had not. Oh man. Dust Bunnies pull it through. But boy, do they make it stressful. They may very well have sent a few viewers to the hospital just based off that. Ugh. Well, what a game. Dust Bunnies, they're the 2-round closure there. Some absolute clutch in the clutch. I mean that in more ways than one. Clutches and just clutch plays all around. But Dust Bunnies, I mean, Cakester, three big saves in there. 14 stuns. He had Risen, 11 points, 15 stuns, a steal. Skylo with 6 points, 2 assists, 2 steals, 10 stuns. White Fox dropping in 13 and then 1 assist, as well as a steal and 14 stuns. Over to Schrodinger's Disc. It's Kirito with 6 points, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 32 saves. 32 saves. That would be impressive, wouldn't it? 32 stuns. Stuff Muff with 2 assists, 4 saves, and 16 stuns. Dark Ninja with 3, 2, and 2 in points, assists, and saves, as well as 14 stuns in there. And Feener with 12 points and 1 save, 14 stun. But yeah, that was really, really close. Gotta again hand it off to both of these teams for just putting in an absolutely intense effort and just getting me basically right on my feet. Not literally, if only nothing else, because I'm sure things would go flying on my desk if I did actually jump. But I had to hold myself steady for a few seconds there because I was gripping my seat and my controller and man. With that said, let's see, what time is it? We got about 20 minutes. So okay, the plan of attack here for the stream. We will be ending this one, but in 20 minutes. At the top of the hour, we will have 2 more matches. Actually, I believe. Hold on, let me make sure, because I could be totally wrong, and then that would really stink, wouldn't it? I might be wrong. Make sure. Okay, no. I think I'm good. Alright, so yeah. We'll have 2 more matches that looks like to close out this tremendously highlight-filled week. Top of the hour will be Vapor versus Oblivions. It was got 15 hype votes, so people anticipating that one for sure. And Vapor coming back after we started off the streams several hours ago with them. And then we got Baked versus Iron Legends afterwards. And I know, people tuning in will say, hey, how come Baked is getting streamed over and over and over and over and over and over? Well, because they keep, every time they schedule, I'm telling you, they keep ending up either right before prime time or right after prime time. They just know how to schedule around the casters. That is to say, it doesn't guarantee that you get casted, just because you schedule a certain time. But I'm just noting, because I'm noticing the trend too. It's like, I'm not purposely always casting Baked, but they just happen to have these matches, good games, decent votes, stuff like that. And they're always in the right spot where they're not being contested by any other matches in their time slot. So it works out. I'm just saying. They're doing something smart over there. To Nick Tribaldos there, by the by. So yeah, if you go to the videos list, even while we're still live, you can still watch the replays while we're still broadcasting on the same stream. So if you just go click on, I think, the little VRML, icon, the little circle icon on the stream, you should have access to the videos tab. And then if you go there, you should see the current broadcasted stream. Like, even if it says broadcasting or whatever, even if we're still live, you can rewind it and watch the past matches like that. No problem. Whew, okay. Did I miss anything? I tried to get to shoutouts and stuff. I did miss something. I missed the predictions, didn't I? Alright, so I'll get you guys your points. And there you go. And with that, I think I've covered everything and can now go find some quick 10-minute dinner or something. Alright, well, with that said, guys, be happy, healthy, safe, be good to each other, and if you choose to join me in another 15-20 minutes from now, I'd appreciate that as well. But if not, have a good weekend, and thanks for a great week 4. I'll see you guys real soon.